Hi, welcome back to Travel Rocks Our World. This is the first episode of Blame It On The Alcohol, where we do reviews of different types of alcoholic spirits. This first episode though is just about if you're a tourist coming to New Zealand and different things you can expect, and a few pet peeves of mine in the alcoholic world in New Zealand. So let's get into it after the intro.
Welcome to the bar. Can I get you a drink? Blame it on the Henny, blame it on the goose. Got you feeling dizzy. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the Yeah, cause I got it like that. Flow so smooth like I got it on tap. Yeah, and I'ma say it be a good night while I'm on my Yingling, while I'm drinking Bud Light. Can you get it when you miss me? Like I'm with whiskey, drinking Jim Beam. Yeah, baby, do you do it?
So first thing I'd like to talk about is just drinking in New Zealand and how it goes. So we have quite a big drinking culture in New Zealand, which, you know, some people dislike and some people do like. It's not a biggie. If you're a tourist coming to New Zealand, expect to, you know, there's a lot of pubs, bars, places to go to drink. Also, if you're wanting to buy alcohol in New Zealand, you can go to the liquor store, which they sell spirits, beer and wine, or if you just want beer and wine, you can get that usually from the local supermarket. There's one thing you need to be aware of. If you have a look, if you buy a Heineken overseas anywhere in America or anywhere else, on here usually has Denmark. Nearly all major beer brands, they're not imported into New Zealand, they're brewed and bottled in New Zealand. So they've got the licensing rights to do this. So just remember, if you're buying most beers, they're brewed and bottled here in New Zealand. The exceptions are Corona, which I don't think they'll ever give their license away to let it somewhere else. Also Guinness, but Guinness in the cans. Yet in the bottles, that's done in Australia, and as I found out recently, all the kegs are brewed here in New Zealand now, and are not imported from overseas. What else? We also have quite a lot of craft breweries, so you can pick up craft breweries beers in the supermarkets. They're becoming a lot more common. But just remember, most beers here are all brewed and bottled here in New Zealand. So don't expect to be drinking what you think, well, you know, it's supposed to be under the same ingredients list as they do it overseas. So that's, yeah, it's sort of a little pet peeve of mine, but it's just something you need to be aware of. So just remember that. Alright, another one of my pet peeves here in New Zealand is the 80 proof. I know over in America it's 80 proof, and that's 40% alcohol in the bottle. Here in New Zealand they've brought it down to 37.5. So if you're going to buy one of your major brand spirits like Jim Beam or anything like that, it's going to be 37.5. My understanding around this is because of the tax, because I know here in New Zealand, and I'll explain that in a few minutes, is that when you bring it out of the distillery, you pay tax, and you want to get the most out of your product. So putting it down to 37.5, they're putting more water into it and they're expanding the volume. So they're having a lot more volume to be able to export. I can understand in New Zealand why they do it, because at the moment our laws on duty are just over the top. Don't 100% quote me on this, but I think, because when you distill it in the distillery, you want to get the most out of it. So if the law here in New Zealand is, I think if it's between 40% to 90% alcohol, you have to pay $60 a litre on it. That's the duty tax, which is just these small craft distilleries are trying to get started. It's just stupid. So if you're paying $60 on a litre, so you're going to try and bring out the alcohol from your distillery at the highest level. So you're going to try and get, the most you're going to try and get out is 90%. So you bring it out and you're going to pay $60 on that litre. So the way to make your money is then you water it down, which all places do anyway, but you water it down to 37.5. So they're getting a lot more volume because they're paying a stupid duty tax on it, well, over the top duty tax on it. But I'm pretty sure when you import alcohol into New Zealand, the duty isn't as much. So the big brands have sort of, it's business for them. They know what they're doing, so they're going to get most volume out of it. So that's just one thing to remember when you come here and buy your spirits. You're not going, there are certain, like most whiskies, this is a cask strength one, they can't change that. But a lot of the big major brands are all going to water their product down to 37.5. It's a little pet peeve of mine, and like when I go to America, they can't get away with it there because they'll be up in arms about it a little bit. So, I used to go to America. Well, I still go to America and I drink a lot of Canadian Club and Dry over there. I used to, drink it, come home and then get a bottle of Canadian Club here and get my dry, Sweps dry to go with it. And I always wondered why it tasted so much different to what I was having overseas. Now, if you look at our Sweps dry compared to ones you get overseas, even in America, Australia, Canadian dry ginger ale. If you can see this, I'm going to say what it is. It's brown shit. It is totally brown, sugary, and nothing like the ginger ale you get overseas. I'm going to show you what I think of this later on, but yeah, so try and stay away from this stuff. It's nothing like you get when you're overseas, or I suppose some people will like it, but I've gone totally off it once I started getting ginger ale from overseas. Most of my go-to brands are probably Canadian Dry, which you can buy. I'm starting to buy it in supermarkets a little bit, or I buy it off a shop in Auckland. Another good one that I've been just getting straight into lately is Fever Tree Ginger Ale, and that's probably another go-to one that I've always bought. So yeah, just remember our ginger ale is nothing like anywhere else in the world. So still a few of my thoughts about drinking. Now, if you're going to drink good spirits and you're not going to drink them straight, I think you need to get a good mixer. So that's my first point, and this will lead on to my second point. So some good mixers is, like I said, Fever Tree is starting to come out with some good stuff. This is their Smokey Ginger Ale, which I've tried before. It's good with bourbons and that, and I usually use their normal ginger ale to go with my Canadian Club. Also, they've just released that in the ginger ale in the 500, which is screw top, which means you don't have to use it all in one go, and you can put it back in the fridge. On that note though, if you like drinking your spirits with any sort of mixer, go ahead, that is fine. If you like normal Coke, go for it. So that goes on to my next point of being a drinking snob. In my view, drink the drink the way you like to drink it. If you like to have ice with your whiskey, if you like to have water with your whiskey, if you like to have a mixer with your whiskey, drink it how you like to drink it. And the same with the wine. Like the wine you like to drink. You don't have to worry about what the experts say and everything. It's what you enjoy the most. So that's on my snip. That's my second point on that. Don't be a drink snob. I know I'll probably, if anyone sees me, I've got ice in my whiskey here, and I'll probably get crap about that, but who cares? That's the way I like to drink it sometimes. Alright, coming down to my last one, that if you're coming to New Zealand as a tourist and you're coming to drink, you're going to see this stuff everywhere. RTDs, ready to drinks. When they first came out, very novel way to approach it, but now they are everywhere in our market. I used to drink the Canadian Club one, and then I sort of started thinking about it, and it was a waste of time. These are 7%, and you used to be able to get 12% until the government banned them, and you're only allowed to produce 12% ones. Now the reason I've gone off them, because they're sugary and they're just really, to me, crap. Sorry to say. I'd rather just go and buy a bottle of good stuff and just get my mixes and do it myself. And you're getting a lot more out of it that way. You can buy a 12 pack of that and drink them, and you'll be just filled up on sugar and you have a slight buzz. Good on you. But you know, people do enjoy them, so each to their own. But just remember, if you come to New Zealand, they're going to be there. If you go up and ask for a rum and coke, you might get a bottle of RTD, because that's what a lot of bars stock these days. It has been a bit of a blight on the bartending scene, I think, but we are starting to get back into good bartending techniques now, and a lot of people are getting into it. But back in the day, those were the things to drink. Hopefully, you know, there's still a market for them, so they're not going away very fast. I know in the States there's a few, there's still a few there, you can find a few, so don't let them become the standard, which they have come here in New Zealand. Alright, I think that's about the first episode of Blame It On Our Alcohol. As like I said, next ones we're going to be having, we'll be probably reviewing a few drinks and that, and just going through. I think the review system is going to be like more of not, oh that smells beautiful, oh I can taste all this. It's just going to be what you can sort of drink with it, and you know, if it tastes nice or if it doesn't taste nice. So that's going to be that's going to be our review, sort of the way we're going to review spirits in the future. Leeann will be probably sitting in with me on those, so Leeann will be helping out and getting into a bit of that sort of stuff. So I think that'll be about it for this first episode. If you're new to the channel, give us a thumbs up for the video and hit the subscribe button, that'd be awesome. And we'll see you in the next one. So we'll catch you later.